YouTube, welcome to another episode of Fixed. In our last two episodes, we showed you how to cut tile, and then we showed you how to lay that tile on a wall or on a floor, wherever you may put it. This one we're going to show you how to grout. To lay our grout, we're going to need a few items. You're going to want a scraper or a putty knife, the grout itself. We're using pre-mixed grout on this one. You can also use bagged grout where you just add water. You're going to need a Grout Float. This one is foam. They also make them out of rubber. A sponge. We're going to use this to clean up the grout after we've put it in. A cheesecloth. We're using this to get rid of any haze that is left behind. And then we also have some latex paint remover. We use this to clean up our tile probably a day or two after, once the grout had dried. This specific grout left a residue that I couldn't get off with water. This pulled it right off. Let's get started. First thing we're going to want to do is dampen our tile a little bit. Use a little bit of water to do so. Wipe it down with a paper towel or a terry cloth towel, whatever you have. Then we're going to grab our grout and our putty knife. And again, this tub is used. Just makes it tough to get the float down in there to get the grout out. Pull some grout out of the tub and then right onto the edge of the float with that. And what you're going to want to do is just push the grout into the tile. Now I'll be honest, this makes a terrible mess on the wall. It's just no avoiding it. It's going to go everywhere onto your countertop or floor or wherever you happen to be working. In our kitchen, I just laid a drop cloth. Look at that. A drop cloth at the bottom of the tile at the countertop. So just go around, push this grout into all the gaps, and hopefully we get this right the first time, because there's no going back. At least for me. Alright, so it looks like we have everything pressed in there well enough. So once you're here, I'm going to use a spray bottle. You should have a bucket of water and your sponge. And what we'll do, and I'm just going to wet this way, you would dip your sponge in the water, and then we're going to wipe off as much of this excess grout from the surface of the tile as we can. Now, when you do this, make sure you're going in a circular motion. Going back and forth or up and down, you're going to push the grout out of the seams in the tile. Once you're relatively clean, that's where you're going to use your cheesecloth. Pull that out, and you'll just wipe it down. And at this point, you're going to let it sit for a day or two, let it harden, and then you're going to come back with your latex paint remover. And what's that going to do is going to pull off all these little swirl marks from your sponge and your cheesecloth towel, and it'll pull that right off. And that's it. If you have any edges you want to throw some caulk around, you can do that. I apologize if I went through that a little too quickly. This tile here is all I have for doing this video, and once I put the grout in it, there really was no going back. Cleaning that out and making it look like there was no grout in there would have been difficult and messy. Another thing with this latex paint remover, this isn't your only option for removing grout haze. There's other products out there, and it really depends on what grout you're using as to what remover you're going to use. This particular grout needed something like latex paint remover because it is difficult to get the haze from this particular grout off the tile. So there you have it. How to cut, lay, and grout your tile. Be it in your bathroom or kitchen, wherever you'd like to do it. If you've liked what you've seen, that little subscribe button down there, just click that, and we'll have many more videos coming. We have hopefully a snowblower in here. We're going to throw a new belt on and give it a tune-up. There's also a lawn tractor we're going to give a tune-up to as well, and then maybe a couple blacksmithing projects here in the cold of winter to keep warm in the shop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.